Day 98 of the Shadowhawk 2012 Mu 3 LAN party. Realshard appears to have dropped an entire ton of bricks on his own head accidentally. Marajin is swinging gently from the mouse card that he has strung himself up to the ceiling fan with. And Mr. Hawk himself has locked himself in the cupboard and refuses to come out. Stay tuned for more exciting news from the LAN party of Doom!
So let's continue the LP everybody wanted. Let's play Mu 3. And as you can see, we now have a new colony ship which is going to form an Opus. We have explored the Mentar system. I can't remember whether I've gone back a turn with this or not. I've loaded up wherever it saved me off, so... yeah, nothing really special at the Mentar system. I think I have done this actually. Oh well, not to worry. I shall go through this reasonably quickly then. We are now building. As soon as it gets done. Come on. Eagle attack. We then need troop ships. Because troop ships. We're probably going to build actually 2 troop ships and just use the infantry we've already got. We can always try and accelerate more infantry later if we need it. Now the Eagle attack ship we're going to need, however actually I'd prefer, this has not been built yet, to go and remodify our attack ships because they are basically basic. Now admittedly there's not an awful lot we can do about this, but Eagle attack ships are frigate sized, so we'll stick with that. We want starships, long range attack, auto build. So what it automatically does is give us some light mounted laser cannons with armor penetrating and improved. However, what it doesn't do, and I thought the actual patch fixed this to some extent, maybe it doesn't. Well, mass drives are a new short range weapon which are more powerful. Base max damage is nearly double, and also for the space used it's more efficient. We can go improved, which puts it at 17, makes it more expensive, and put it on a standard mount. So we now have standard mass drivers, which are shorter range, but it means it will do more damage. So now I can go light mounted improved lasers, yep, which are drones, so auto fire but short range, and go with that. So that leaves me with that, and this is now our new short range attack ship, which we will name the Eagle MK1. Confirm. Right, and that is actually a short range attack ship, sorry, so I should confirm design there. Yeah, I will tend to do this a lot. Clear that. Mark obsolete. Right, so long range attack ship then. Auto build. This has the longer range laser cannons, of course, which we shall stick with, and I think there's not an awful lot we can do here, so this is now Falcon MK1, and this is where I found out that my OCD is going to kick in. No, I did do it the same way both times. Right, so we now have our 2 base attack ships. Now the long range ship is cheaper, but this does slightly more damage, albeit at a shorter range. So those are our 2 ships we want to build. So Eagle attack ship we've now marked as obsolete. We want to scrap it, unfortunately, even though we've started building it actually. Maybe we don't want to scrap it then. And we want to accelerate its build. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll also probably upgrade our scouts, but we'll wait a little on that, because really on a technological front we've got nothing coming out that's going to help us a lot. In the meantime, that system's gone Opus. That scout force is going to go back there as well, because we're going to have to take this system very fast. As fast as we can, certainly. British system is not advanced enough to help, and you are advanced enough to help, but you're building things that aren't going to help us immediately. And again, since it's building it, we might as well keep going with that. The thing that's probably going to be the fastest thing you can help us with is additional infantry. Alright, end turn. So, Master of the Bling. Resolve some space combats. There's going to be a few more of those in the future. Right, Eagle Attack is now finished. We've got all the greens up at the moment. But we have some level 2 tech now researched. So one turn we're going to start basically war. Right, troop ship, troop ship. We then want some falcons to be built. So what are our current task forces at the moment? We got one single Eagle attack ship. Hooray! That's not a great amount, really. I suppose it's enough to possibly secure it, unless they move something into. Yeah, we'll deploy a long detachment there. There we go, and that needs to get there as well. I don't expect much of that, to be perfectly honest, but it needs to be done. Since that's got some military queued up, we might as well actually have it start building infantry. It'll take ages, but it might as well be done. It's better to have the infantry than to not have them, I guess. Next thing we need to do is we need to create a ground transport. We can build an infantry corps, I believe. Except we don't have any troop transports just yet. That's what we need to build. And that's what is currently being built, I believe. Now, from what I remember, each troop transport pod can hold 4 infantry units. I'm not certain of this, but that's how we're going to assume. So, on we go. Well, we're now researching miniaturized retro engines, which is a bit of a help. Gives us a little more thing. We're going to assault the planet. Commit. Victory. We have no troops, so I can control the combat. We have bombarded the planet of Opus One with our possibly one weapon. We now have diplomacy messages coming in. I wonder what this is going to be about. They want a research agreement. Meh, I suppose I can insultingly accept their research agreement. Hooray! Our relations have actually improved since we last had a look at that. Alright, Scout Long Detachment Force arriving. Did we lose our colony ship, or did we? No, we actually did colonize it. Excellent. Right, now we have the advantage of population counts, and we really, really want this to be a massive mining world. It's got so much mining advantage that rare gems actually is rare mineral value. So we're definitely going to mine that as well. This then is going to hold our research, government, military. It's a small world, I've always put a recreation on there as well, but we do need to give it an industry as well. So that means it's basically going to counterbalance this little section of a chart. Actually, research and spaceport efficiency is more efficient there. So if I actually swap that for research, that's probably going to be better. Spaceport craftsmanship value. I suppose actually, if I went like that instead. So we have a military, we have a mining, we have 2 industries and 5. Yeah, that will still produce a lot more than even just being very rich will do that. But we want it to counterbalance our mineral shortage right now. So we have 2 detachments inbound. We have a couple of troop ships that I think have been built so far. Yeah, 1 down. Another one's being built now. Don't want the Hawk defense ships, so I do need to upgrade those as well, actually, to defender ones. But we'll start building some more Falcons. I like to build sort of advanced fleets as soon as I can, especially if I'm going to have to go to war early, which I am. Let's be honest about this. Next up, you. You actually now have an industry up, so that's going to help you out a little. Then turn. Right, assault planet, victory. Unfortunately, we can't do anything else, so AI can just bombard it a bit. Right, troop ship has now been finished. Alright, let's go and create a ground transport. Infantry corps, also build. We're going to remove 2, though. You can't make a flotilla, it's going to have to be a detachment. Next squadron, then. Okay, so there's our transport squadron with 8 people. Let's see if we can't take that system off of them. We need a lot more. We need a lot more minerals. I hope this planet actually develops reasonably quickly. I can actually accelerate it by setting immigration to there, and I think I probably should do. Owned planets. It's Opus, right. So now our people are much more likely to migrate to this system, and thus improve its population. Defend planet for now. Right, opposition in the Opus, but nothing occurred, because there's no point in bombarding it. We're just not strong enough to bombard it, really. And that's marginally disappointing. What's there? Yellow 1, red 2. Oh, very rich green world. We'll take that. Small, fortunately, but hey, if I can get rich worlds, I'm going to go for them. Or no question of it. Right, so next turn the detachment will arrive. They've taken the Hyuk system, although they cannot populate it very well. It's red. I'm assuming it's red to them as well, because, or that's just from natural migration. You will notice occasionally that people will migrate to worlds you didn't order them to. If they've seen them and they can populate them, even if they can't sometimes, they'll go and get them, which is why you want a second race in your empire, because it gives you two that will two sets of population spread. And also they can populate certain planets that your main race can't. So, in turn. Right, this time we want to assault the planet. Right, we're going to control this combat. We want to... ground force is 6. Let's bombard it. 0% of the population destroyed. I'll unload all the ordnance. I doubt we can do anything to it, to be honest. I was just kind of hoping that out of something that we might be able to actually knock their ground forces off. Right, deploying all the ground forces. So our current army strength is in ahead of theirs. We should be able to take it. Yay, we conquered Opus One. Okay. That was easy. This will not be. There's 3 defense ships already, which are... Oh, 2 and 1. Yeah, as you can see, migration. Now, I always set migration as soon as I note somebody's done this, especially if it's on a green world. A green world will accelerate fast enough anyway to become a new world by itself. I don't have to worry about that, really. But I still like to do it, just purely because it sets things up there. We lost one of our ground units, but they're now experienced, so I can disband them and use them a bit later once they go through the whole disbanding process. Right, so what do we have on this system? Subjugated, but the unrest state is really meaningless here. Electrical activity decreases manufacturing and research efficiency here. Menagerie, though, increases research efficiency to balance that out, so it might be worth putting something there. Right, let's add 4 groups of mining, so that makes 6. So that's I can make that 8. 8 groups of mining. I then want 10 groups of mining, rather. It's a mineral-rich world, so we can afford to go a bit overboard with this. Now, we have some fertile ground. In fact, we have better than fertile ground there. So we'll change that. Government. Research. Military and recreation. On any large world, or any world larger than 7, I always want light to put all of that on. So yeah, by harvesting efficiency is 18 there. Also, I believe we're now using their bonuses for this, so... Our mining efficiency is still 11 here. We could really just turn... Yeah, I think actually that's probably the better way of doing this. Put 2 more research points on there. We're going to put 2 more industry points on here. And that means that this world is predominantly a mining world. But that's fine. It's going to make this system very, very important to our future plans, though. Vitally important, almost. Right, so that's done. We're going to send our scout, actually, over to there, just purely because we might as well be doing something with the scouts, and leave you in orbit. Next, we need to build, more infantry, sure. We also need more troop ships. Number 2 will do. Now, if you look at our fleets, we'll see that in the delay box are the true troop ships we actually used already in the conflict. They'll go into the sort of the prep pile, if you like, and after a certain number of turns, they'll be able to reactivate and be used. But that will take a while. We'll need them before we want to actually make our move on Rigel Kent. Speaking of which, we can now make our long-range attack squadron with our 2 Falcon ships. However, I'm probably going to wait on those and do that once I've actually got a few more of them built up. So that'll be 4 building there. And this place is now got its industry up, so it'll start producing them faster. And the R&D system is still a way away from being overly useful to us. It helps, once we've got our mining sorted out, we're going to have a much better time of things. It's just, oh, we lost contact with them. And Opus One is having a bit of a problems because obviously they don't like the fact that we conquered them. But our people probably still like each other, strangely, the way this game works at times. So we lost contact with them. The Hyuk system, is that actually improving or is it still about 90? It's going up, so that is sort of a system they might be able to use. The only reason that's relevant, of course, is because we might yet be taking that off them. So it's building some Hawk defense craft, which I can't argue with. This place is going to need its defenses before long. So let's go and build some Corvette-class system ships for long-range attack. Now, I like to build Corvette-sized defense ships purely because any planet can build them. I think I can go up to frigate as well, but you also want to build them cheap if you can. So this is now our Defender MK1. Oops, I've been using eyes, so I might as well continue using eyes. Now, if we look at the Hawk defense ship, it's actually a frigate-sized ship, so it technically is stronger than this, but it's fine. I prefer the Corvette size for now. Next short-range attack ship. So this will be the Guardian Mark 1. So there we go. We have 2 now types of defense ship. I will also probably build here some slightly larger indirect fire system bases. I swear by these. Mark 1. They are awesome little things. And the other thing is we want a carrier one as well. So this will be our fighter base. There we go. I don't need to go too much detail on these because I'm probably going to upgrade them before they ever get built, strange though it is. But yeah, it's something you want to consider at the very least. And I might, if this comes into a protracted war, if I fail to take Rigel Kent quickly enough, that might be what I have to do. So let's think about this a little more. How's the technology side of things coming along? I think we got the miniaturized engines, which is good. We're up to tech level 5 very nearly. Improved thrusters, light armor coming online. We have some nice things approaching. The problem is, will we have a fleet strong enough? Oh, research efficiency is increased by 40% for the next 5 turns. Excellent. Excellent. And by excellent, I mean darn. Frisch 5 isn't a new system just yet. And note the actual population count is 58%. We're getting half and half, Klakon and the other race, because of dual immigration patterns. Also, people don't want to be on that system anymore because there's a lot of unrest, so people are actually emigrating from it, I would imagine. Yeah, in fact, more people are emigrating than are actually being accounted for by natural growth. Still, it is now producing minerals for us without needing them, and our minerals is now up to a point where we can actually fully utilize our industries for the moment. Right, next up, I need you to start building eagle ships. In fact, I know it's a long queue. I don't tend to like doing that, but I think... No, actually, don't do it that way. Start building some eagle ships. We're going to have more than enough infantry by the time we're done here. And also, the emissaries are also going over to this system. Now, that might actually be a good system for them, thinking about this. But, so I'm going to let them continue. See, having another system is already helping us out. If they actually improve on that place and I eventually get it, it's a big help. Right, so what are our task force like now? We got 2 troop ships in reserve. We have 2 Falcons. I think actually, because of that, we're gonna press on with the Falcons. Right. Started a new discovered star lane between the Indelius and the Dunwich systems. Point defense is now complete, so we now have point defense lasers and things, and that is something that we do want. So we discovered this new link between the wormholes, but we're nowhere near it. Hooray! Right. So how long until you get certain things built? And also, what does you building anyway? Scouting colony, and to be fair, that's probably not a bad idea. Because we're going to need some more colony ships. Right. So we have 3 Falcons. That's enough for a short-range attack squadron. Except these are long-range attack ships, aren't they? Yeah, they are. We don't want the troop ships in there, though, if we can avoid it. So that will give 4 ships. It's probably not enough. Just keeping an eye on things. That's still at 50. So it's not working out ideally well at the moment, I'll be honest, but... oh well. Ends the turn. Falcon's finished, and we've now got a new planet has been colonised. Frisch 5 is now ready and ready for instructions. So this is a poor world, unfortunately, so mining, natural fuels gives manufacturing efficiency increases, so we'll have 2 there. Military, government, okay. No bioharvest efficiency on this world, so you might as well have some more mining going on here. Recreation, spaceport research efficiency increase. We'll set this up a bit more of a research world. Hopefully they'll have enough mining to cope with the 2 industries, but we don't hold out too much hope with that world particularly. So we now have 4 Falcons built. So we can now accept that. We now have a long-range attack squadron. I don't believe that's going to be enough to take that on. On the plus side, we do now have the ability to make a infantry army, which we're going to need. Accept that. Insufficient transports available because obviously we can only have 16. Still auto build it. We need 2, 3. Actually, what we want to do is put the experienced guys back on there. 16. Okay, except we have 4 troop transports and we can get the squadron. Accept. Right, here we go then. So the plan from now on is we're going to attack the Rigel Kent system, but we're probably going to fail in the attempt, to be really brutally honest here. But the additional scout ship is probably a thing we need to have. The additional colony ship is a thing we need to have. We really need to get some more of these built. We're going to build some more warships. Right, so... no, actually we'll continue on for a bit. We're gonna gamble with this one. Scout ship's been finished. Industry's been finished. Mining. We're now producing 100 more minerals than we need. And 400 more people have arrived on Frisch, so we don't need to set the migration patterns there any longer. Especially as it's a green world. You sometimes have to, if it's a yellow world, keep the migration on. And yeah, that's building up naturally by itself, and it's a very rich world. So we greatly approve of efforts to colonize that place. Meanwhile, over here, newly conquered, military info, demographic info. People are more or less becoming okay with this system, to be honest. We've now got food, which will be built next turn to sort out the food issues, meaning that planet is basically self-sustaining. Right. Where are you getting off to? I think we need to get you to there, and you to there as well. So in 3 turns, everything will be there. 9 ships. 9 ships is not enough. Unfortunately, the only thing I can add is a scout ship currently to that mess, so... at the very least, it's a blockading force. Actually, it might be better off at... darn you research glitches. Still, we got improved thrusters, hydroponic farms are now built, and that's going to help our food out beyond what we need to. Regulus is now finished. What's in Regulus that's any good? A yellow one, a load of bad worlds, and not really another place for you to go. I think then you're going to have to go across space. And the Emissaries are now going there as well. I'm liking the migration patterns. Taking that one world, even if we do nothing else with these people at the moment, yeah, that's definitely a bonus. The only problem is, of course, we're closed in a bit, and we don't like that. I don't like that at all. 10 turns, and we get another colony ship online. And you've joined us. What's your major thing? Research efficiency, disband, delay, unfortunately... Oh, actually, no, is that quick? Yeah, it must be. Unfortunately, our shipyard capacity has now gone down, which is a bit of a shame. Bioharvest efficiency is reduced by 50%. Lots of infantry are being built now on various systems. Right. Need more falcons. Now, what else? It's Frisch 4, isn't it? Rather than our proper world, yep. Bioharvest is now finished on there. Excellent. And industry finished on Opus 3. So this is becoming an awesome little system. It's producing now triple the minerals it needs at 5.2, and has no more industry being built. That might actually be a mistake. I might swap one of these back to an industry shortly. Maybe that one, for example, although actually it's not populated, so that might be why as well. There where industry is. I'm going to swap that round, I think. Change that to an industry and then go there. Right. So, with all of this considered, we move on. Next time, we begin the attack of Rigel Kent. And we're probably going to fail, and it's probably going to backfire horribly, but hey, we get rid of our bad ships, and then we can start building some better ships. So, until then.